I think we've always faced a competitiveness challenge, but also a collaboration challenge. And so starting in the late 1980s and the early 1990s, we were afraid of Japan as a competitor against the United States, and it motivated us to start many new and innovative programs. One of them, which I worked on for 8 years, was the Advanced Technology Program. And it was a program that became world-renowned for encouraging companies to undertake high-risk, high-reward research projects that they might not normally undertake. So it was an example of a public-private partnership. And there were several other examples of programs that started in the 90s. More recently, in the United States, we've used the America Competes Act as sort of our grounding point for innovation. But a lot of those ideas came from Japan, they came from Europe, and I think they set the stage for not just competitiveness, but also collaboration as well. So one of the 3 most interesting areas that we've been looking at have been something called the factories of the future, an idea that actually we took from the European Union and we took from Europe, but I also think that Japan has been in the forefront on that, looking at robotics, sensors, network systems, supply chain innovations. And we're looking at that through these new National Manufacturing Innovation Initiative hubs. We have one that we started last year on additive manufacturing, and 3 more are going to start this year. One of them in this Factories of the Future are called Design Innovation. So I think that all of these lend themselves to collaborations, but also competitiveness, and perhaps those 2 go hand in hand to some degree. So there's 3 roles for government, and I think there's 3 roles for trilateral collaboration as well. And we always talk about government as early investor, government as public-private partnership, and government as customer. And I think the one that's the most important for collaboration is in the terms of public-private partnerships. So in the United States, the National Science Foundation has a program called Industry University Cooperative Research Programs, and they're center programs that they're centered in universities. And one of my favorite is the Center for Recycling, Recovery, and Reuse. And it's a collaboration with Worcester Technical Institute, with Colorado School of Mines, and also with the Catholic University in Belgium, Leuven. And they were the first international collaboration. And the great thing about this is that it not only brings universities together, it brings companies together. So it's bringing both European companies, Asian companies, and US companies together to solve industry challenges. And I think that's just one example of the kinds of things that a collaboration can undertake. So recently we've been studying innovation, looking at developing countries, and we've been looking at Brazil, South Korea, and Russia. And these are all what's called state capitalism, so they've been very top-down oriented. But I think the principles that apply for Japan and Europe and the US is having a combination of both top-down direction and bottom-up. And what's really important is having an open innovation system, one that allows a free flow of ideas. And so we heard this morning at the conference a lot about the need for intellectual and international protection, but having to set that. And I think that's definitely a place for collaboration that we need to work on, allowing both openness, but control and safety.